Please welcome Miss Danielle Moné Truitt. Hello.
Oh, I guess you have to be a little crazy. Sometimes people are going to be disappointed, and guess what? People can handle disappointment. Family doesn't mean proximity. These motherfuckers don't scare me, okay? Oh, I like to play as the thimble.
Yes! That's the only correct answer!
Elliot being the one to stop you is wild. That man kills everybody.
Right. And I played 27 characters in that show.
Welcome back to our channel, where we're starting this new series where we have conversations with some creative people who created our favorite shows. And today, Hunter and I are trying not to freak out. It's fine. Because she's a triple threat, an actor, a singer, and a dancer. She's created and performed her own one-woman shows, as a podcast talking about growth as a woman, and is our favorite badass sergeant from organized crime. Please welcome Miss Danielle Moné Truitt. Hello!
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh,
we're
thank
so
you for
excited.
agreeing to do this. So, I had to start off with, okay, what on earth makes a person wake up and just think, I'm gonna do a one-woman show? I'm gonna play 3 different characters in front of a live audience.
Right. I guess you have to be a little crazy, just a little bit. When I was in right out of college, I went to a one-man show, and I saw this guy perform, and I wish I could remember the name of the show, and I wish I could remember who the actor was, but he was fantastic, and he played probably 10 different characters in his show. Men, women, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like watching him do it. And I think when you watch somebody be excellent at something, there are 3 things that can happen. Number 1, you can be like, oh my God, I could never do that. Right. Number 2, you could hate on them. You could be like, nah, this is fine, like, whatever, trying to downplay it, because you're jealous. And then number 3 is you could be inspired, and it could light something inside of you that you didn't even really know was there, And so when I saw him, I think it lit something in me like, I think I could do that. Like, I think I could do that. So I started talking to my friend who eventually helped me write it, Anthony Guan, and we started playing around with some stuff. But in the meantime, there was a theater in my hometown, a B Street Theater, where I was a company member, and they had a one-woman show that they wanted to produce. So I went in to audition for it, and I was like, well, this would be the perfect practice for me for my own one-woman show.
Wow.
And I played 27 characters in that show. So I was like, well, I know I can play 3. If I can play 27,
You might be a little psychotic, because I can't even remember my own, let alone 27 different.
27.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, all different mannerisms, stories.
Yeah, it's you're using a different part of your brain. I'm a very forgetful person. Like, you guys ask my boyfriend, my family, they're like, oh, Danielle would forget her bed if it wasn't attached to her neck. So you're using a completely different part of your brain.
Oh my goodness. And you have to remember every one of those lines? Like, you don't have any cue cards in the back or anything? Oh my.
No, you gotta remember those lines. And if you forget your lines, you gotta be able to improv until you make your way back. There's been times I've been on stage and I'm saying a line and I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember what comes next. But then as soon as I can forget it, it just pops in my head, or I have to say something else to get myself back on track. And, luckily, because I'm a professional, people don't notice it, but, inside my heart is like,
losing your mind.
I bet.
Well, off the back of that, I mean, you've been in some incredible theater shows. I mean, Dreamgirls, The Mountaintop, you were like nominated for an award. And you have talked about wanting to tackle Broadway. And obviously, with organized crime filming in New York, I mean, I'm sure you didn't have the time because you're bi-coastal. But if someone was to come up to you and go, "Hey, Danielle, we want to put you in a Broadway show," what is the show that is like your dream show to be in?
Oh my gosh, I wish I had a really well. I mean, I know I'm a singer, but I definitely want to do a straight play. Like I just want to
Oh.
do a play. I don't want to do a musical. This is Hamilton, by the way.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to do a. It requires, musicals require a lot, like because you have to sing and act. So
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just know me, like I'm gonna be able to like go have a drink after the show
Yeah.
or hang out
Mhm.
with my family or, my friends,
Mhm.
kids, whatever. And the way my voice set up, my voice, she's very bougie. She's like, she needs like all of the water, all of the sleep, all
Yeah.
to, to do 8 shows a week. I mean,
Yeah.
so I think doing a straight play, I would love to do anything August Wilson. There was a show that was just on Broadway called Liberation that was incredible. I don't know if it will ever
Mm.
come back to Broadway, but we're probably really close friends within that. That show was amazing. So just anything that like is really well written and would give me the chance as an actress to challenge myself, and to
Mhm.
like level up to the next step or level that I should be on creatively. Like that's what I would want to do, whether it's a new play or whether it's something that we already know, that's coming back. So
Mm. Love that.
So what would be challenging for you? Like, what do you feel like you haven't done yet?
hmm. Gosh. As far as theater is concerned,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, well, that's a good question too. What haven't I done yet? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I want to do some August Wilson stuff. I think August
Mhm.
Wilson is like definitely one of the great American playwrights. I'm getting older now, so
Mm.
there's plays like Fences. I love Party Rose, on
Yeah.
Broadway. I would love to do the piano lesson. I think they're about to do Joe Turner's Come and Gone, but because I wasn't a local, like I was in California,
Mm.
unfortunately, I could not be in that because they were
Sad.
only hiring locally. Um, yeah, because I've never done Broadway, I think doing Broadway in general would be
Mm.
the challenge. You know what I'm saying? It would just
Yeah.
it would be a new level. I only done regional theater, um, really great regional theater, but I haven't been on Broadway yet, so that would be a whole other animal, in itself. But I'm always up for a challenge. Nothing really scares me. Um,
Yeah. I love that.
even working with having all the working with Chris and Marisha, I'm like, I felt
Mm.
fine.
Yeah.
I felt
So
Give
good.
fine.
me give me some of that energy, cause
Like,
I
yeah,
love
I
it.
mean, we're all like we're all people.
yeah.
We're all talented. I have not as famous as them or well known as them, but I've been working hard on what I do for a long time. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty confident in that.
As you should be.
Yeah. Um, and again, you've done so many different things. So again, we talk about theater, we talk about singing, we talk about your acting, but you also got to voice a character and do voiceover work, which is obviously different. In The Princess and the Frog, as well as be like the visual reference for Tiana, which is incredible. Um, what was that like for you to do? Like, because for your inner child and your little girl that didn't have little like black princesses, like I didn't grow up with black princesses either. What was that like for you to do?
Yeah.
Good night, Cal.
That is one of the most special things I have been a part of in my career. When I was in the 6th grade, I auditioned to play Belle in Beauty and the Beast. We were doing like we're like lip syncing to all the songs, the costumes and dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I had to audition for that. And I did like a poem or whatever. And I got cast as Belle in Beauty and the Beast or
Love.
whatever. And so it was funny, like when I was a part of the frog, my mom was like, "Oh, it's so funny. Like this is like a full circle moment. Like, when you're in 6th grade, it's
Yeah.
like playing a Disney princess, and like now you're a part of actually bringing one to life." So that whole process was so cool. Like I auditioned to be video reference. I had no idea what that was at the time. And they were like, "Oh, you just did a lip sync to all the words that she says, all the songs that she sings, and then you're gonna act it out. And you'll do all the dancing and all that kind of stuff." And they wanted to record Princess and the Frog in the old school way. So, it wasn't with all the dots that they put on you. I literally just dressed up in a costume. We were on a sound stage with a camera, and they filmed me, and I just lip talked and lip synced to all these songs and words, and then they would send me a storyboard in the mail for the next time that I was going to shoot with them, and Princess Tiana looked just like me, like literally my face, because that's all they were seeing. And then when I would go back, then it showed me like what they had animated, and it was like remarkable that how we are able to just watch film of me and my face and all that, expressions and all that, and actually draw the character to move like me and have my expression or whatever. And so we did it for about 9 months. We worked on it. I had to meet with the choreographer to do all the dancing stuff, even the frog, even when she was a frog and she was doing those dancing things,
You were
that was
doing
me
it?
as well.
I love.
I was doing all of it was hilarious. And then I think we worked on it for 9 months, but I think about month 7 or so, 6 or 7, they pulled me to the side and like, "We just adore you. We love having you here, like working with you. We wanted to know if you would be open to voicing, a character. Not a huge artist, one scene, but we would love to have you to be a part of the film." And I was like, "Of course,
Yeah,
So it was fun. It was fun doing Georgia.
Hey, Tiana.
Morning, Georgia.
Hey, how you doing, Tiana?
Hey, y'all. We all going out dancing tonight. Care to join us?
It was really a special moment with my friends and family. We all went to the premiere, or me and my mom went to the premiere. Me and my mom and my husband at the time went to the premiere. So that was really cool. And then my friends and family, we all got together on like opening night and went to the movie. And there was probably 30 of us in there, and they're like hitting me every time. My mom is like hitting me every time she's like precious. She's like, "That's true. That's really you." Like, so yeah, it's something that I'm always hold, close to my heart and feels special,
Yeah.
being a
As you
part of it.
should. Do people come up to you and tell you like it was how special it is to them and stuff?
Yeah, I have a lot of when they find out, that I was video reference, they are like telling their kids, their daughters, "Oh, like this is Princess Tiana," and then also just encouraging me because at the time, I was just really kind of starting out in my career when I did that, and but you don't video reference, you don't get a lot of attention, you don't get any acclaim, everything is about the person who's doing the voice.
Yeah.
And I just have a lot of people be like, "You are her spirit, you're her essence. Like there is no Princess Tiana without you. Like
Yes.
you're the if I could talk right well, I would have to express myself in other ways, and just because you don't have a voice doesn't mean that you're not, your spirit is still alive and you're able to, move, and that makes you who you are, they're like, so, even though people don't necessarily know, like it is definitely something special. I have a big poster in my office with the director and like the animators and producers, they all signed it and was like, "You are we couldn't have done this
Oh my
without you. Like,
goodness.
so it's very sweet. My kids were like, that's my mom. My mom's with the piano.
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
proud.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Yeah.
So I was listening to your podcast and you talk about being a people pleaser. And it is something that I struggle with very, very much. And Tosh can attest to this. I am just, yeah, people pleasing. So you talk
I
about
am
it
not.
kind of you talk about it kind of stemming. No, we keep each other accountable, even though I
Yep.
don't really sometimes listen to her. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you talk about it stemming from your parents and them, you wanting to give them good grades, and I was just wondering, and I'm sure all the other parents are wondering out there, if there is something that you do differently to your kids so that they don't maybe form this kind of habit.
Yes, that's such a good question. I really try to make sure that I am not dealing with my kids solely based on performance. Like, it's not about like, oh, you performed well, so now I can encourage you, or now I can give you praise. It's like, even when they started young, it was like, I wasn't like, oh, I mean, of course they're so handsome. My God, my handsome boys or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like, you're a hard worker.
Yeah.
You're such a hard worker. That doesn't, hard worker doesn't mean that you're always succeeding. It doesn't mean that you're always nailing it every time.
Yeah.
A lot of being, a big part of being a hard worker is actually failing, When I'm in the gym, I'm lifting weights in the gym and I'm like going up a weight. Usually if I'm squatting with a 40-pound weight, I can do 20 reps. But if I up it to 50 pounds, I can't do 20 reps. I can only do 15. So it doesn't mean I fail. It means I'm leveling up. So I try to, my sons are very gifted. They're very talented. They play sports. My oldest is a filmmaker in himself, and I've seen how much he's grown. And, I try to let them know, like, no matter how you perform, I just want you to give it your best. I'm always going to love you, accept you, cheer for you, no matter what. And it's not just when you're doing good that I'm going to brag about you.
Yeah.
It's just you being who you are is enough. So I try to instill that in them. I try not to to put too much pressure on them. I try to ask them what they want. That's one thing I didn't really get as a kid. I didn't get to express my wants, my desires. It was more like, you're going to do what I say. And that's it. Like, that's just, that's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I didn't really know my own mind. I didn't know my own mind. I only knew what my only do. This is what they said I can or cannot do. And I can't really say or do anything about it. So, and then when I got older and I started being able to make my own decisions, it was like, well, I don't know how to make a decision
Yeah. Like, how do I
for
do
myself. It's like, what do you want me to do? What did this person want me to do? Like, it's like, so I'm trying at a young age to get them empowered. I want them to be empowered. Like my youngest, he was in an art show at his school. He had a couple of his pieces in the art show, and then he had soccer practice. Well, he's a soccer head. He loves going, he loves soccer. And the times of the art show and the soccer practice conflicted. But in my mind, Roosevelt wants to go soccer because he never went to soccer practice. Well, little did I know, he really wanted to go to the art show.
Art show.
But instead of him telling me, Mom, no, I have to go to the art show, he didn't say anything. So we're on the way to practice, and he's like, I could tell he's like moping a little. Oh, what's wrong? He was like, he really wanted to go to the art show. I was like, why didn't you say anything? He's like, well, I was waiting for you to ask me which one I wanted to do. And so I said, okay, I say good. learning experience. I was like,
Yeah.
Roosevelt, when you want something, you have to ask for it. I said, because I had no idea that you really wanted to go to the art show. Because we could totally went to art show. I said, well, what do you want to do now? And we practice early so we can make it to the end of the art show. He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, okay. So we ended up getting to do both. But I'm trying to teach them like to have autonomy over
Mm.
their own lives and their own. So I think the more confidence you build, the less of a people pleaser you will become. Like
Yeah.
trusting yourself, trusting your own mind, trusting your body. Your body always tells you when something's off, or you shouldn't be doing things, but especially as women, we don't really listen, to our bodies. So I've really been practicing. I've been practicing doing what's best for me.
Yeah.
Am I considerate toward others? Absolutely. But I'm not going to be able to please everybody. Sometimes people are going to be disappointed. And guess what? People can handle disappointment.
And no is a
Not for me
complete
to handle it
sentence.
for them,
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
Yes, it is.
I'll learn it. I think I'll learn it one day.
No, my mum,
Yeah,
so
just keep practicing. Practice. Take those steps. Just take it could be something really, really small, Oh, okay, Hunter, can you do blah, 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 blah? Let me get back to you.
Yeah.
Let me get back to you.
and then just leave
Cook
them
your
one day.
day. And then be like, you know what? It's not something I don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Don't answer so quickly. I think it's maybe like, oh, yeah, sure. Quickly, and it's like, no, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
And then just build up the courage.
yes.
Say what you really want to do. If you do want to do it, great. But if you really don't, then don't.
Yeah. No, my mum had problems with me as a kid because my first two initials are N-O. So I knew the word very young. And it was used a lot
And
when I didn't want to
that's
do
her
anything.
fault. That's her fault. That's on your mom.
Yep.
Oh, exactly. That's horrible.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But I mean, talking about your podcast, I've been binging it massively for the last couple of days. We both have. I think it's an incredible podcast. We really hope you bring it back. It's amazing
bring
and
it
something
back.
that a lot of people need to be listening to. But from one of the early episodes where it was kind of like a solo episode or like you were being interviewed by your friend and talking about your journey, I found it really interesting when you spoke about you were in your directing class and your professor was going to essentially fail you because nobody had cast you in their plays. And obviously she's a white woman and she felt bad, but like didn't quite understand from your side. And you were talking about consoling her instead of the other way around, which I'm sure has continued to happen in your career when you walk into predominantly white spaces. So I'm curious how that you, as like a talented, strong Black woman, navigate those spaces, and what kind of advice would you give to like other Black actors having to navigate the same kind of arenas?
Yeah. I do think that it's important to just kind of like stand your ground, like to not be worried about like, oh, are these people gonna like me? Are they gonna hire me again? Are they gonna think I'm being difficult? Like these are all the things that pop in your head, like when you're met with a microaggression or you're taken advantage of on set. Like it happens a lot. Like certain things they would never do to one of your castmates, they'll do it to you because they think, oh, she won't mind. But you know what I mean? Or they don't have the same level of respect. Like that's just people aren't like trying to be racist or anything like that, but sometimes there's just there's a lower level of respect for a Black woman than there is for a white male. They're a little more afraid of white male. Like, they might take my job away. Black woman is kind of like, well, you should be lucky to be here. So,
perceived power.
So I've had to speak up. There was a situation on set one time. There was an actress a white lady who I was doing a scene with, and she wasn't one of the leads on the show. She was like a recurve.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tired, y'all. Like I had all day. I was in every scene. I was in every scene that day. Like and she was in one, which was me and
Mm-hmm.
our scene. And when I was telling you, this lady could not remember her lines. And
Oh no.
she was an actress who like she had been in several different TV shows. No, she wasn't new, she wasn't green, she wasn't young
Mhm.
either. She was just,
Mm.
older or whatever.
It
Not
seems like
old
she had
old
all
though.
day
She was
too.
like she had all day. Right. She had all
Yep.
day. You don't have the workload I had.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so we're doing things she literally she just keeps she cannot remember the line. So the lady is a black female director, but she's like trying to get her to like she's like, well, let's change the line. Like, and the lady's like, oh
Mm.
no, I can do it. And we were just there way too long. I wanted the lady to feel comfortable enough to be able to so we could actually get through the scene,
Mm.
Mhm.
but it was disrespectful to me, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It was disrespectful to me. It was
100%.
Yeah.
because I had been there all day,
Mhm.
Mm.
and nobody was like really checking on me to see if
You
it
were
was
okay.
more like
Yeah.
she started crying, she started crying, she started, and everybody's like, oh. And I'm like,
Girl,
what is
girl, you
happening?
can. You should know
She's
how to
got
do
like
this.
5 lines. Come on.
Right, and listen, she's in her 50s. She could be going through menopause. I am not in menopause yet, but
Don't
I do
apologize
hear
for her,
that's like
girl.
a thing.
Don't apologize for
I
her, girl.
don't know, but I did like the producing director either because I complained. I was like, no, like I don't want her to lose her job or anything like that, but somebody need to
Mm.
talk to her because I was, and he's like, oh my god, he apologized. I don't know if I spoke to her or whatever, but if I were to show up
Yeah,
on
you
a
would have been
set
crucified.
Yeah.
Yep.
and I would not be hired again.
Mm.
I would not be hired again.
Yep.
There's just different rules. So for us to protect ourselves as women of color, like you have to make it clear I
Mhm.
won't tolerate certain behaviors. I
Mhm.
was on another show, the lead male of the show. I'm the lead on this show as well. The lead male of the show, me and him were shooting a scene. He could not remember his lines. And so since he couldn't remember his lines to distract everybody, he started cussing people out like in the crew, like blaming them for like one of the guys walkie talkies went
What?
off during one of the takes, one of the many takes, because he couldn't remember his lines. And he like cussed him out, all the guy cunt,
Oh my goodness.
because he
Oh my
messed his
goodness.
take up. Like, no, you're messing your take up one of your lines. And then he
Right.
stormed off and like went to his trailer and sat there for 30 minutes. And mind you, once again, I had been working all day.
Yep.
And now I have to sit here and wait for you to finish your temper tantrum. And I was just like, how can you never,
No.
I was number one on the show called Rebel. I was number one on the show.
Mhm.
And I was late, like to hair and makeup. I was late like 15 minutes to hair and makeup.
Mhm.
I didn't make production late. We did shooting late. I was just late. And they
Mhm.
pulled me to the side as if like, I couldn't do shit. And I was the
Yeah.
lead of the show. But then I do on the other shows where there's white men as the leads of the show. And
Get away with
the
murder.
They
stuff
can get
that,
away with everything.
not Chris, but I think I'm talking about, like they just they can do whatever they want and they keep getting hired, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm like, you know what? If they don't hire me back, at least I can be proud of myself for
Yep.
sticking up for myself.
Yeah.
And there are good concussions. There was a lot of talk about my hair on Law and Order. I was always having to advocate, argue
Crazy.
talk about my hair, my hair, my hair, my hair. Nobody else had an issue. It was always me with the hair thing. It was very frustrating for me. And you know, there are people that up top that they'll they will treat you different just for speaking up. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I'm gonna keep doing. There's, I'm not gonna be treated a certain way just because you think you can get away with it. So I guess my advice to people coming up behind me is use your team. You have a
Mm.
team for a reason. You have a manager and for a reason. Use them as a resource. Have them do the heavy lifting for you. So you just show up to work like everything is just fine, and
Yeah.
you let your team be the bad guy. You know, um, but don't settle, because if you settle, they'll be like, okay, cool, she let him get away with this.
You're
This
setting
time
an
we're gonna push it
expectation.
further. And
Yeah.
I'm a people pleaser at heart. I'm a easygoing person, and they will take advantage of you. So I've had to
Mhm.
learn, like, no, even if I'm nervous about being looked at a certain way, I have to do it, because they
Yeah.
would
Yep.
never do this to anybody else. So
Yeah.
Would that
100%.
be how you've established your boundaries? Has it changed from you when you were 20 to now that you're in your 40s? Has that establishing boundaries in the personal life
oh
and
yeah.
in the work life changed?
Yes, absolutely. So in my 20s, I will say this, in my early 20s, I was not as refined as I am now.
I mean,
I
Any
we're
grew up
of
in
all
the
growing
hood,
in
and
life.
like, yeah, I like whatever kind of popped in my head, like, I was like, ooh, like when I think back at something, I'm like, yeah, I could have dealt with that a little, a little bit better. But I also was not in like I was going at that time. I don't know how I was at that time. I was like mostly just there and stuff like that. But as far as boundaries are concerned, like, absolutely. Like, I have children now. I'm a single woman, so I have to protect my bag. I have to
Mhm.
protect my kids. And I have to protect myself. So there are certain boundaries, I've had to put in place. And as I continue to grow and be in therapy and work on myself, I had to realize, like, I'm a very giving person, but sometimes because I want people to know that I love them, I do too much. And
Yeah.
then it's not reciprocated. And then
Mhm.
my feelings are hurt. So I'm really hurting my own feelings, you know? And so I had to have a serious talk with myself. And then there's survivor's guilt that I have in my family, like,
Yeah.
um, with what I do, with what I've acquired, it's like you automatically feel guilty. You feel like you have to be the one that's always hosting, always giving, always buying this or that for these people is expected of you, and
Mhm.
not really allowing people to show up for you like you should. So these are
Yeah.
lessons I'm learning in my 40s. Definitely learning to just stand on business about certain things, especially when it comes to family. Like, family doesn't mean proximity. Like, there are people in my life that are really there for me day to day, and they're not my family. They are my
Mhm.
Yeah.
friends, you know, and those are the people that I'm close to because of how they show up in my life. And I might have some family members who I love deeply, but they are not a part of my day to day. And so it's sometimes you have to be able to put people in the proper places. Who's an
Yeah.
acquaintance? Who's your day one? Who is your who are you gonna build life with? Everybody you're related to, you're not building with,
Yeah.
And so I think in my 40s, that's what I've been focusing on mostly, and just making sure I'm in a good space to raise my kids, and they're not like my mom was always mad.
Mhm.
My mom is always pissed
Mine
off.
too,
I
girl.
can't
Mine
take
too.
her. Right. I couldn't say nothing to her without her going off on me. I know I got told my mom was so stressed when we were young. And I was like walking on eggshells, like, Mom, how was work? How do you think work was? Oh shit. Okay, well, that's another
Yeah.
question I can ask you that is okay. You know. So I want to give my kids a different I want to give my kids a relaxed, at ease version of myself. And
Mm.
that comes with doing the work, you know, for myself. When I was in my 20s, I was like, I was still exploring and, just
The world
figuring it
is
out.
sunshine and
And
rainbows.
I got married too young. I got married at 26. I don't know if either of you guys are married, but are you married?
Hunter
How old are
is.
you?
I'm
How old are
single
you?
Pringle over here.
I think I got married at like 24, 25, I think. I
Woo!
don't even remember.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. For some people at work, it's great.
Yeah.
For me, it was too young. It was too young for me. There was so much more in life that I needed to discover and ways that I needed to develop,
hmm
and me and him, to be honest, we were both we're not ready. We weren't ready at that time. We just hadn't developed emotionally,
Yeah.
the emotional intelligence was not all the way there. Um, but yeah, I think when you get into your 30s, you definitely, that's the beginning of your
Life.
thinking
Yep.
about life
I can't
a little
wait.
differently.
Except now, I don't want people in my
Yeah, now you
space.
get into,
I'm 33. I live
yeah,
by myself.
that's the
I do
thing.
not want people. Leave me alone. Like, I like my space.
Definitely do. I'll tell you
Right,
that.
yeah. I just turned 45 and I'm like, first of all, I can't believe I'm 45. It's like so weird. And I still feel like I'm like 18 inside,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm 5 years away from being 50. Like, I don't have time for certain things. Like,
hmm
what?
Mm,
I've
yeah.
lo-
Yeah.
I've lost friendships this past year. Like, I'm okay with it though, because I'm like, I love y'all. I still love y'all, but we just can't be
You
Yeah.
don't
tight
rock with
like we
everyone all the
were. We are
time.
not aligned.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, if we start diving into the Wolf universe, so you started off in the Wolf cinematic universe on Chicago Med as a guest spot before you obviously got your lead role on Organized Crime, which we absolutely adore and we absolutely love. What was that experience like moving into a like established franchise with a very passionate and outspoken established fan base who, who have big opinions? What was it like for
Passionate
you?
might be an
Yeah.
understatement.
Um, it was fun. I mean, I don't like these motherfuckers don't scare me. Okay, I
Yeah.
don't be worried about nothing.
That's this.
I don't. I laugh at it. Like, everybody is kind to me. Like, it wasn't a lot of like weirdness toward me per se.
hmm
But being a part, of course, you want to fit in. You want the audience to take to your character. I'm happy they did. There was me and Chris were talking about well, when the show first started,
hmm
then they decided, my character was going to be queer or lesbian or whatever.
hmm
Yeah.
After Chris met me, after we did like we shot together, first few days or whatever. The showrunner came to me and she was like, "Oh, Chris, he's like he adores you, like he loves how much gravitas you have, and like he's like really strong." And she was like, and he also was like, "Why did you make your character gay?"
What do you mean?
He was like, they were in Bell, like, could have been hot. Like, you could have
Oh
been
my
hot.
I
god.
mean, look, it would have been hot.
Like, come on this
However,
one day. And I was like, now people have hate me forever. I said, nope. I said,
yep.
I said,
Yeah.
they want,
Hey, look, Belle
But
needs
let me tell
Belle
you something.
needs her women.
Yeah.
Oh no, ain't nothing with
So
that.
yeah, we were cracking up about that.
Oh
He
my
was gonna
god.
We
see
were
you up
cracking
for
up about
failure,
that,
man.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I
Putting you in
know.
the trenches
I
from day one.
said, I was marvelous. I said, they would have to sit. Okay, people would have
Oh,
to
yep.
sit. Well,
Oh
some of
my
them at
gosh.
least. The funny thing is, there's some people in the universe that are like that's literally say what Chris says. There are people out there like that, and then of
Yeah.
course the other ones are like, what?
Yeah.
No, you know, so it's hilarious. But
Yeah.
it's so fun to watch. Like it's fun to see how like committed people are to watching the show. Like on TikTok, not TikTok, on X or whatever it's called now. I used to
Twitter.
do the
Twitter.
drinking with right with her. Like drinking with Dan, you know, we would have a
Yeah.
what's the drink for
Oh
the
yeah.
night, and we would
Mhm.
watch. I love watching the show with the audience, you know, and getting their well, me making my little crazy comments, and then you know getting their
Yeah.
feedback and stuff. That was really fun. It was a fun way for me to connect with the audience. So, yeah, I love the Law and Order fan base. They're so diehard fans. They are diehard fans, and yeah,
Yep.
I appreciate
Putting it
them.
lightly.
I really do.
Is putting it lightly.
We a bunch of crazies. Let us pull up some clips.
No, no.
Ayanna.
This is mine. Thank you.
Ayanna.
These are my personal.
I understand. Let's not make it worse. Okay? Somebody stop. It's nothing we can do. Let them do their job.
All of your small, like subtle choices are so good. Like an expression.
Man, unless you're willing to pull the trigger.
Who says I won't?
You can't.
You called me. Told me you wanted to confess. I came down here, you took a shot at me. So I did what I had to do.
Any logs? Logs. Ayanna.
I'm not gonna lie. Elliot being the one to stop you is wild. That man kills everybody.
Right. What?
He can help everybody but himself. I mean, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
do so well at making her such a well-rounded character
Yeah.
and have her own struggles.
You.
Yeah. You
And
make
then
her
you do so
very
well.
full
Yeah.
as a character.
She's so human.
Yeah.
And you make her human.
Oh, Ayanna, come in. We've already started talking about custody.
Okay. Wow. Denise, can I just talk to you for a minute? In private?
We'll talk about custody and not anything.
Yeah, bro. Look, we have problems with Denise. Let's not get started.
Actually doing this?
What were you expecting?
I expect you to stop punishing me for doing my job.
Well, you had two jobs that you abandoned, being a wife and being a mother. That's work too.
Okay, I can't do that work if you won't let me. You moved in with your sister who hates me. You won't return my calls, my texts. D, it's me. Okay, come on. Don't just throw this away. We don't need lawyers. We can do this on our own.
Your life is not a case to crack, Ayanna.
Girl.
Now sit your ass down. We're getting a divorce.
Rude.
Boo! I'm like,
Yeah.
Boo!
Look.
When
We were not.
is Ayanna getting with another woman?
Yeah.
when
We need.
No. Well, they just abandoned my whole storyline. I don't know what's going on. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I
do
have
you
no
see
idea.
her like? What do you see her dating life being like in the future?
I mean, I do think that she deserves to have some kind of relationship. You know,
Mm.
I do. I can see that. I'm not sure if she would get married again. You know, I
She
don't
might be
know.
a bit
I don't know if she
traumatized.
would get married again after. Yeah, yeah, I think so. You know, um, I mean, I was going through a divorce when I was shooting that scene. Like I was
Oh my
actually
goodness.
going through a divorce
Crazy.
myself. So it was, yeah, it was like so weird. Like it was like so funny. But I would get married again personally, but it would have to be right, and that's why
Mm.
I've been divorced for 4 years. And I'm not necessarily in a rush to like jumping into another marriage. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because it does make you pause after going through, after going through the divorce. And I think they had Denise move away with her child. I'm like, shit, that would never happen.
She's
Crazy.
got
Like,
hella
no,
trauma.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I think they were going to try to do something between her and the Asian girl that was on the show for one of them seasons. What was that, season 3? Season 3? I think it was season
Mm.
You can't. They all blurred
Yeah,
together.
I think it was season 3.
Yeah. I'm like, it's the ox.
Right. I think they were gonna,
Yeah.
at first they were gonna, they were gonna move that Bell's new boo, but then I don't know what happened. So
I'm like, we're asking
yeah,
for it.
I don't know.
The world needs.
Right.
We also need a season 6.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
powers that be,
Oh my
hello.
God. I know. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I wish I had answers to y'all. I don't.
I'm like, who do we need to
Yeah.
send letters to? Do we
We
need to
shall
go back to
see.
the billboard? What do we need to do?
The
Yeah,
billboard.
yeah, y'all need to go ahead. Y'all need to go for it. Y'all need to write
Oh,
anything. Right?
look.
I don't think it's a Dick Wolf thing. I don't think it's like a Wolf Entertainment thing. I think Wolf Entertainment wants to do the show. I think it's more of an
Mm.
NBC Peacock trying to figure out what
Yeah.
that is. And Chris went to do another show, so
Mhm.
if we did come back, it'll have to be after we're done shooting that show. So I don't know. I don't know. I did, there was something in Deadline maybe a month ago saying they were looking for showrunners for our show, but I hadn't heard
Mm.
anything about that myself, so I don't know.
My
Not
Like
sure.
They have to
showrunners.
bring y'all back on Peacock. That way y'all can cuss and stuff. Because that was fun. That was fun.
Me and Chris were talking one day, and he was like, "How'd you feel about season 6 or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, I liked it. I thought it was actually one of our best seasons. But the only thing
Mm.
that could have been better about it was in it more."
Yeah.
Listen.
He started cracking up. I was like, "Me not being in it, me not being
Yes.
in it is like every I should be actually a problem. Like, but I don't know what's happening with that, but budget cuts, I
Yeah.
guess. But
We reacted to that season,
me and Rick,
and every single time we were like, "Excuse me, where is
Where's
Belle?
Belle?
Hello, where's my
Like,
girl at? What's going on?" Yeah.
right?
I'm
Yeah. So
like,
anyway, but no, but I thought the writing was great. I thought it was gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we do come back, I do hope that I hope we keep that.
Yes. It was
we'll write
so
the
good.
letters. We'll make it
Yep.
happen.
We'll petition.
Good.
Sarge, what do you want to talk about?
Gina Capoletti.
Dad!
Richie! Just tell us what happened.
I don't know.
I don't think it was your gun.
Dad!
Was it Isaac Becker's?
Ask him.
Bro,
Oh,
he
where
looks
is he?
I don't
terrifying.
know.
Richie,
Yep.
don't say anything. Wait for your lawyer, okay?
Richie, we knew you were there. I don't know. I don't know. Sarge.
Wait, Chris is like, how is Elliot always the voice of
Just
reason
talk
here?
with the gentleman.
She wanted to protect you. Said you were messed up because of your father, but that you were a good kid. And you were incapable of hurting anyone. You did not deserve her kindness.
They
So
just need
good.
to let Belle beat someone up just once, man.
Yep.
Please, okay?
Just once. Like,
Like,
flip some guy over your shoulder, you know.
I mean, look, the first time we see Elliot back in this show, he's like cussing someone out, and yet he's the one who's the voice of reason this whole time. I'm just, yep. So funny. Last one, fun little scene.
I was thinking, maybe Denise is right. All I ever had time for was my career. God, is it worth it?
Well, all I can tell you is I was married a long time, and I used to ask myself that very same question every day. And, if I'm being honest, the only reason it lasted was Kathy made it work. Crap husband.
Are you admitting that?
I will if you admit to being a crap wife. We're the worst.
They have the cutest relationship.
Look on the bright side. We still got our job, right? I mean, where else can you drive up to the Bronx with a good friend to get paid for?
Right. Living a dream.
Living a dream.
Their partnership in OC is my favorite.
It's so cute.
Thank you. It's fun. I like Chris. He's fun. We have a good time and like breaking down our scenes and like making them feel like real, not like they're just saying lines, but that that's a real rapport. And I love that.
Feels
It's a
so
lot of fun.
natural. So,
How are wait, hold on. I wanted to, how are car scenes shot? Because what, like, obviously y'all aren't
Well, some
moving.
of them are shot. Sometimes we are. Depends. It depends. Sometimes, like in that scene, we're not moving. We were in a studio, and there's screens on both sides of us, and then one screen in the front for us, and then the cameraman are outside of the car, and then somebody like rocking. People are like pushing the car and make it look like it's moving. Yeah. So yeah, but other times that we do shoot them in the car, and that there's a cameraman in the car, in the back seat, so we're in the back seat, they're getting like kind of over the shoulder stuff. When we're driving down the street, a lot of the exterior, like when you see us pulling up in a car from the outside, like we're driving.
Yeah.
But yes.
Because sometimes I'm like, you guys are not watching the road. We're looking for a crash here. So this has been so much fun, and we're gonna end on some fun, random 5 questions. They're really stupid and have no relation to really anything, but we thought it could be a fun way to end. Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. What Monopoly piece do you play as?
I like to play as the thimble.
Yes!
Look.
That's the only correct answer! That is the only correct answer. No, I'm kidding. Every answer is correct answer, but
So let's go with Team Vampires or Team Werewolves. There we
yeah,
go.
Team Vampires and Team Werewolves.
Vampires. Have you guys seen Sinners?
Okay.
Yes, vampires.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. What shape feels
Yeah.
more aggressive, a triangle or a square?
Ooh, more aggressive. Ooh, I would say a triangle, but you could like stab somebody with the pointy
Mhm.
end.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Love. If you were a Disney villain, which would you be?
Mm. If I were a Disney villain, I would want to be. Ooh, probably Cruella, because Cruella was fly. She was a
Yep.
villain, but she had the trench coats, her good,
Yes.
she had
She had a good fashion
the two-tone
sense.
hair.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes, yes. If you're gonna be evil, at least
Nice.
be cute. You know what I'm
Yep.
Good answer. Okay, and last one. What is a trend you hope never resurfaces?
saying? Ooh. Gosh, a trend I hope never oh, what everybody was talking about how be demure, that shit.
Oh no!
No.
I know. You know, pretty good with that. Like, no, I'm very
Got it.
aggressive. Okay,
Just
very
say
Yep.
just say 6,
tell
7.
people our head.
6, 7.
6, 7.
There's more. There's more trends right now. That was the first one that popped in my head. There's more. There's more. But I'd be like, oh my
Yep.
God. Please
Yeah.
stop.
There's a lot.
No, totally agree.
Yeah.
But I guess finally, what is next for you? What have we got coming up? Anything you want to plug? Let the people know about?
Sure. So, like I said, I did a Tyler Perry film last year. I think it's called Doing Life. It's going to be on Netflix either later this year or early next year. But I am stepping out to produce and direct my first short film. It's called Mona, and it's about my childhood. And I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be doing a crowdfunding campaign starting April 20th, from the 20th of April to May 20th. So, yeah, I would love for people to contribute. You can contribute $10. You can contribute 20. You can contribute 5,000. whatever you want to. It's a beautiful story. I'm shooting it in my hometown. Yeah, and I'm really excited about like stepping out, you know, as a director and a producer and making films that relate to me and to my community. And just telling the stories of, you know, Black girlhood. I think it's a beautiful thing to tap into. Like so many of our stories are kind of caught up in struggle and trauma, and this is it's a story about joy, about becoming a woman and knowing what, you know, going through the growing pains of what that is. And it's funny and it's cute, and yeah, I can't wait to make it. I'm gonna actually play my mom in it, so that's fun.
Wow.
That's
So
so
yeah, so I'm gonna
special.
be doing that, and thank you. And then I also started a empowerment course called the Empowered Artist, which focuses on the mindset and emotional place that you need to be in to be in the industry. Everybody talks about, oh, audition, do this and that, or you know, you gotta book this or manager, but nobody talks about what the artist needs to do mentally to stay strong. Like most of the time, people make it because they don't quit. You know, that's part, you know, talent is definitely a huge part. The other part of it is because you were able to outlast the rejection, you were able to outlast the uncertainty and the waiting periods and the failure, you know, or things not going as you plan, waiting to figure out if they're going to get another season or not. Like that, that can really drive you and cause a lot of depression. And a lot of artists are dealing with depression, you know, so I feel God put it on my heart to be a resource of hope and empowerment for artists. So I have my artist empowerment class. It's an e-course, and I'm going to launch it in April. So yeah, those are the things that I have going on.
Exciting.
It's so
We will,
exciting.
yeah, we will make sure to repost everything. And also, like, once your crowdfunding comes out, we will probably donate ourselves. So, because we'll be excited to see what's coming.
Thank
Um,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you
thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun. And yeah, we just greatly appreciate you taking the time to have conversations with us. It's been absolutely amazing. And yeah, we'll link all of Danielle's socials below so that you can follow her. Make sure that you're listening to the podcast so that she can bring it back, please.
Yes. Oh, that's another thing. Yes, I'm going to season 4 of my podcast. I plan to do it in June, so that's my But yes, all the women I've been is definitely still going. I moved to Sacramento, so I have to get to LA so I can do have my guest 101 and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's coming back. But I want to close with saying this: you guys are so adorable. Both of you guys are just absolutely gorgeous. Have the best spirits. Like I'm so happy that you asked me to do this. It's been so great spending time with you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, just keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. I will always be here, cheer you guys on and support you. And thank you for being with me. That's all.
Oh my God,
gosh,
Danielle, you
thank
are a
you.
beautiful human being.
That's so amazing. I'm so glad that I reached out. That's so amazing. Thank you.
I'm glad to be with you too. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you.
Amazing. So we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.